The Artifact was a difficult movie to make, especially for Will. He was often always running around trying to get teachers. He had lots of problems getting the actors to come do their parts and everything. More so, it was difficult for him than it was for me.
The Artifact was a difficult movie to make. We were very rushed. We did the primary photography in, I think, 9 evenings after school.
Well, that's it. All over. It is now after 9 o'clock on a Thursday night. We're waiting for my mom to pick us up. And tomorrow we're going to put in probably the hardest day's work in history as we do the post-production.
I like setting up internet aliases.
I keep NC's looking out. Okay, this is going to be 4 frames long, only 189,000 frames to go. And sweet, look at that! It's like a friggin' gyroglyphic, man! Do you want this or that? Oh, and I think we're gonna screw with this. Where it's gonna be like that.
You can, yeah.
Next 4 frames, it's gonna be like
frames,
that, and then I'm gonna have to make a new thingy here.
Sure, do that.
I keep MC's looking out.
He's the king of the jungle jive. Look at that caveman go. Rides through the jungle, tearing limbs off of trees.
First, turn that shit off.
Bite me.
Jesus Christ. Oh man, look, no, you just gotta see that. Like, she's bringing the thing up. Oh, no, almost. Oh, we were so close. It's not even funny.
Really, that should be in her hands, eh?
Yeah, look at the beginning part of it.
Heck with. Alright, I'll take it frame by frame, see if it's gonna, she's taking it up. No, not quite enough. That's gonna be a heavy one. Heavy to do.
Okay.
I think.
Ladies and
Oh man, did you see that? We're on the house. Oh, but this is sweet. Whoops. You know, we could have just slowed her down. Nah, it's okay. Boogity boogity boogie.
You know, this is all this work is gonna be in the movie for like a second.
No, what? I'm okay.
It's gonna appear in the movie for like a second.
I know, I'm okay with that, because look at that, man. Man, that's like friggin' hoe bags that come around like, oh, I can't do that. Disregard that last statement. No, but look, I got it. No, okay, seriously, what do you think of that?
It's pretty cool.
Is it like a little off, maybe you think?
No.
Oh, no, look at that.
She kind of shoots it, you know?
No.
It kind of goes out of her hands, you know? It's good.
You sure?
Yeah.
Because that's like the absolute that's the best thing I've ever done. Right there. That's right.
It was a logistical nightmare.
It was one hell of a 2 weeks. Everything that could go wrong did, but we finally got it finished.
Because a lot of our actors had jobs, obligations, or were grounded because of their bad report cards. Yeah, it really makes you want to think twice about working with teenagers. I had written an Well, now I know what my actors were going through, because we had so many shots where you can actually literally see them reading from their scripts.
How far are we going here?
As far as you can.
Like, past this page? Or, 'cause we can't
Not past the page. Okay, to the end of the page. Alright, go.
I can't go past,
Go.
What is it?
It's classified.
Classified.
None of this concerns you. You don't need to know what this is.
What?
Especially all of the main office scenes. I had, huge swaths of what I thought was witty dialogue and banter.
It's nearly March, Mike. You know what that means.
Yeah, it's almost time to launch flower.
But when it comes down to the shooting, and the only script you have is the one that Joe Chisholm, Theodore, printed off, I think, at his father's workplace. It's this thick, you know. And he had little colored tabs in it and everything was great. But when that's all you have, you know, and the actors only get maybe a minute to prepare, you have to make a lot of compromises. But a few actors, I think, really pulled it off exceptionally well. Brooke, Shannon, Matt especially. Matt and Adrian, some of those scenes that we have with them, they nailed in one take, like start to finish. Maybe it was 2 separate shots, but they each did it in one take. It was quite amazing. A lot of technical challenges. The lack of coverage has been an issue. I had to end a lot of shots in the sequence quite a bit earlier than I would have liked, just because there's no more footage. It's, nowadays when tape is so cheap, you have the luxury of just, you say, okay, cut, and then roll or not, and, you're shooting video, you let the thing roll for another 5 or 10 seconds. But you just don't have that luxury when, you're trying to shoot in 2 weeks, and you've got the student council's high 8 camera, and you're actually not even shooting on new tapes.
The artifact will continue on a different tape. For now, for your enjoyment, some Video Yearbook Field Hockey.
And that added some aspect to it that I think a realism that I had not intended, but I think works. I had written an ambitious script with an abundance of characters and mutually dependent, intricate subplots. So it wasn't the easiest thing to shoot. I didn't write it with a mind to shooting it. It probably would have been somewhat different, but I would have tried to evoke the same feel if I had written it such that it would be easier to shoot. In some cases, a lot of the characters are superfluous. I'm not going to name names, but and it's not a reflection of their acting, it's a reflection of my writing, which the script could have used in a few more rewrites. Again, on the superfluousness of characters, there were times when we would just, we had somebody there to shoot. For instance, Kristen Langell was with us one evening, so we put her in a scene. She was not intended when we were starting to shoot, but she was there. It was great. David Lauch as well, and it's great that we just happen to have these talented people around when we happen to be shooting. It was quite fortuitous. And then in other cases, we had our just as talented regulars. They were not available for certain shots. That's why, for instance, you see Nancy Higgins' character Nola in the opening shot. It was really supposed to be Adrian Junek's character Laurie in what is now the opening shot, but she wasn't available, so we improvised. And then when we had Adrian, we had to rewrite the whole scene because everything had been written that it was her second encounter with the artifact, but now it was her first.
Even if you have a bad feeling about it. This thing won't do now, because...
Why don't we give it the name of the artifact? Well, no, because they don't know until...
No, they don't have, they're not calling it the artifact, yes.
Call it Bob.
Bob? Yeah, okay. Yeah, you destroy Bob, you destroy the school.
No.
Somebody smashed Bob! You have no right to smash Bob!
Exactly. So we have 10 minutes.
We have
Good.
10 minutes, okay.
20 minutes spent well.
Good thinking. While you have that camera rolling, I'd like to say something about being a producer. Don't be a producer. Well, no, be a producer. But don't be a producer in anything involving the school, okay? Because your life will just be
difficult. Difficult, difficult, difficult. Everything that can go wrong does go wrong. People exist, students exist to make producers' lives difficult. And the basic problem is everybody has lives. People have jobs. I mean, okay, like Charlotte Jewer can't make it a bunch of days this week because she's modeling. She's modeling. See, the problem is I need to get a bunch of ugly people to be in this. I can't be getting all these beauty queens like Lori here, no, Adrian here and all them. No. And you know, it's just so stressful. The last couple of weeks I've just been wanting to pull my hair out. We should have that at the beginning. Don't be a producer. Well, it's just getting like clearance into areas and stuff. It's hard. It's hard to get. Like the staff room, man, you should have seen that. Did we have the camera rolling when Mr. McDonald stormed into the staff room? That would have been funny. Oh, too bad. He stormed in there and he was like, you guys can't be in there. You know, there were teachers in there and we were sort of being supervised, but it just didn't go over well. Anyway, so here we are rewriting the dialogue. Now, if I was smart, I would have revised it before we started filming it. But what happened was, I was just too damn lazy to do a revision of the script. So, like, you know, we're still at version 1.01 here, and the only thing that I ever changed on it since I first writing it was the copyright information at the end. So, that's all basically. We're just gonna go through this shit thing, and we'll just change it as we go.
Good plan.
Yep. So, enjoy the show. There's one thing in particular that still bugs me, is that when we have the scene at the Students' Council's office, and Matt is there and he wants the minutes from the Student Council meeting where he was expelled, there's a folder on the door, minutes for May whatever meeting, and he's trying to break in to get the minutes, and it's just it's comical. And there were many shots where there was like lots of garbage right in the frame, and so I had to use some zooms and some splits. And I've also wanted to showcase the best of the acting and also Michael's hard work on the photography. At this point in his career, he had been making amateur movies seriously at least 4 to 5 years, and probably semi-seriously longer than that. It's interesting to this day what he brought to the shooting, because it was sort of like it was almost edited right there on the camera, and it's a look that still perseveres to this day. Even now in the movie, there are still many cuts that are his, quite literally. He would be shooting a scene and then stop and then start again, and it would be perfect. I mean, nowadays you'd have to be crazy to shoot like that, but it worked. Mike's ideal vision for the movie, I think, is something that has not been lauded quite enough. The shots where he had the luxury of time, when, you know, he would just be working, say, with one actor, and he would be able to take that actor and say, do this, do this, do this, but in a very good way, in a very easy way. There was a time when Michael, he had to go back to his job at the grocery store, and so I would be shooting, and it really didn't work. A lot of the main office scenes were ones I shot, and were it not for Matt's input, I think, and the input of some others that happened to be on the set, I don't see how we would have gotten through them. 5, 4, 3, 2. Quiet on the set. Quiet on the set. Quiet on the set.
There she is. Oh, crap. Okay.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Edna. Donna! Sorry, boss.
No problem.
Hey, Will, I seriously think you should come in here and shoot it from there, because you're going to have 2 shots that look almost exactly the same, but, you know, they're going to be different because we click.
Oh. And I really did not really have much of a knack for dealing with people at the time.
National.
If you guys don't stop laughing, I'm going to get upset.
Cody's hammer on.
Good, okay. Go. I don't have much tape here, guys.
It's nearly March, Mike. You know what that means.
Will was he really held the movie together as the writer, the producer. He knew exactly what was going on. He had everything under control at all times. It was a real great experience.
My goal had started out simply to make the movie watchable, but we've since gone beyond that, and I do hope you enjoy this new presentation of Artifact.